Namaskar. Trends in Swadeshi movement. The Swadeshi movement had its genesis in the anti-partition movement, which was stated to oppose the British decision to partition Bengal. The government's decision to partition Bengal had been made public in December 1903. The official reason given for the decision was that Bengal, with a population of 78 million, about a quarter of the population of British India, had become too big to be administered. This was true to some extent, but the real motive behind the partition plan was the British desire to weaken Bengal, the nerve center of Indian nationalism. This it sought to achieve by putting the Bengalis under two administrations by dividing them on the basis of language, thus reducing the Bengalis to minority in Bengal itself. And as in the new proposal, Bengal proposed was to have 70 million Bengalis and 37 million Hindi and Oriya speakers, and on the basis of religion, as the western half was to be a Hindu majority area, 42 million out of a total 54 million, and the eastern half was to be Muslim majority area, 18 million out of a total of 31 million. Trying to woo the Muslims, Curzon, the viceroy at that time, argued that Dhaka could become the capital of the new Muslim viceroys and kings. Thus, it was clear that the government was up to its old policy of propping up Muslim communalists to counter the Congress and the national movement. The Swadeshi movement followed the following trends: moderate agitation from 1903 to 1905. During this period, the leadership was provided by men like Surendranath Banerjee, K.K. Mitra, and Prithvishchandra Ray. The methods adopted were petitions to the government, public meetings adopted were petitions to the government, public meetings, memoranda, and propaganda through pamphlets and newspapers such as Hitabdi, Sanjeevani, and Bengali. Their objective was to exert sufficient pressure on the government through an educated public opinion in India and England to prevent the unjust partition of Bengal from being implemented. Ignoring a loud public opinion against the partition proposal, the government announced partition of Bengal in July 1905. Within days, protest meetings were held in many small towns all over Bengal. It was in these meetings that the pledge to boycott foreign goods were first taken on August 7, 1905, with the passage of boycott resolution in a massive meeting held in the Calcutta town hall. The formal proclamation of Swadeshi movement was made. After this, the leaders dispersed to other parts of Bengal to propagate the message of boycott of Manchester cloth and Liverpool salt. On October 16, 1905, the day of partition formally came into force, was observed as a day of mourning throughout Bengal. People fasted, bathed in Ganga, and walked barefoot in processions, singing Bande Mataram, which almost spontaneously became the theme song of the movement. People tied rakhis on each other's hands as symbol of unity of the two halves of Bengal. Later in the day, Surendranath Banerjee and Anandra Mohan Bose addressed huge gatherings, perhaps the largest till then, under the nationalist banner. Within a few hours of meeting, rupees 50,000 were raised for the movement. Soon the movement spread to other parts of the country. In Pune and Bombay under Tilak, in Punjab under Lala Lajpat Rai and Ajit Singh, in Delhi under Syed Haider Raja, and Madras under Chidambaram Pillai. The Indian nation Chidambaram Pillai. The Indian National Congress meeting in 1905 under Chidambaram Pillai. The Indian National Congress meeting in 1905 under the presidency of Gokhale resolved to, one, condemn the partition of Bengal and reactionary policies of Curzon, and second, support the anti-partition and the Swadeshi movement of Bengal. The militant nationalists led by Tilak, Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal, and Aurobindo Ghosh wanted the movement to be taken outside Bengal to other parts of the country and go beyond a boycott of foreign goods to become a full-fledged political mass struggle with the goal of attaining Swaraj. But the moderates dominating the Congress at that time was not were not willing to go that far. However, a big step forward was taken at the Congress session held in Calcutta, 1906, under presidency of Dadabhai Naoroji, where it was declared that the goal of the Indian National Congress was self-government or Swaraj, like the United Kingdom or the colonies. The moderate extremist dispute over the pace of the movement and techniques of struggle reached a deadlock at the Surat session of the Indian National Congress 1907, where the party split with the serious consequences for the Swadeshi movement. Militant movement after 1905 militant movement after 1905 militant movement after 1905, the extremists acquired a dominant influence over the Swadeshi movement in Bengal. There were three reasons for this. 1. The moderate-led movement had failed to yield results. 2. The decisive tactics of the government of both the Bengals had embittered the nationalists. And 3. The government had resorted to suppressive measures, which included atrocities on students, many of whom were given corporal punishment, ban on public singing of Bande Mataram, restriction on public meetings, prosecution and long imprisonment of Swadeshi workers, clashes between the police and the people in many towns, arrests and deportation of leaders, and suppression of freedom of the press. Emboldened by Dadabhai Naoroji's declaration at the Calcutta session 1906, self-government or Swaraj was to be the goal of the Congress. The extremists gave a call for passive resistance in addition to Swadeshi boycott, which would include a boycott of government schools and colleges, government service courts, legislative councils, municipalities, government titles, etc. So as Aurobindo put it, make the administration under present conditions impossible by an organized refusal to do anything which will help either the British good commerce in the exploitation of it. The militant nationalists put forward several fresh ideas at the theoretical propaganda and program levels. Among the several forms of struggle thrown up by the movement were boycott of foreign goods. This included boycott and public banning of foreign clothes, burning of foreign made salt or sugar, refusal by priests to ritualize marriages involving exchange of foreign goods, refusal by washermen to wash foreign clothes. This form of protest met with great success at the practical and popular level, public meeting and procession. These emerged as major methods of mass mobilization and simultaneously as a form of popular expression. Crops of volunteers of Samitis, Samitis such as Swadeshi Bandhav Samiti of Ashwini Kumar Datta in Barisal emerged as a popular and powerful method of mass mobilization. These Samitis generated political consciousness among the masses through magic lantern lectures, Swadeshi songs, physical and moral training to their members, social work during famines and epidemics, organization of schools, training in Swadeshi crafts and arbitration courts, imaginative use of traditional popular festivals and meals. The idea was to use such occasions as a means of reaching out to the masses and spreading political message. For instance, Tilak, Ganpati and Swaji festivals became a medium of Swadeshi propaganda not only in Western India but also in Bengal. In Bengal also the traditional folk theatre forms were used for the purpose. Emphasis given to self-reliance or Shakti. This implied reassertion of national dignity, honor and confidence, and social and economic regeneration of the villages in practical terms. It included social reforms and campaigns against caste oppression, early marriage, dowry system, consumption of air qualities, program of Swadeshi or national education. Bengal National College, inspired by Tagore's Shanti Niketan, was set up with Aurobindo Ghosh as its principal. Soon, national school and colleges sprang up in various parts of the country. On August 15, 1906, the National Council of Education was set up to organize a system of education, literary, scientific, and technical on national line and under national control. Education was to be imparted through the medium of vernacular. A Bengal Institute of Technology was set up for technical education, and funds were raised to send students to Japan for advanced learning, Swadeshi or indigenous enterprises. The Swadeshi spirit also found expression in the establishment of Swadeshi textile mills, soaps and match factories, tanneries, banks, insurance companies, shops, etc. The Swadeshi spirit also found expression in the establishment of Swadeshi textile mills, soaps and match factories, tanneries, banks, insurance companies, shops, etc. These enterprises were based more on the patriotic zeal than on business acumen. Impact in the cultural sphere. The nationalists of all hues took inspiration from songs written by Rabindranath Tagore, Santin Rajnikant Sen, Yugandhar Lal Ray, Mukunda Das, Said Abu Muhammad and others. Tagore's Amar Shonar Bangla, written on this occasion, was later to inspire the liberation struggle of Bengal and was adopted by it as its national anthem. In painting, Abanindranath Tagore broke the domination of Victorian naturalism over Indian art and took inspiration from Mughal, Ajanta and Rajput paintings. Nandalal Bose, who left a major imprint on Indian art, was the first recipient of a scholarship offered by Indian Society of Oriental Art, founded in 1907. In science, Jagdish Chandra Bose, Prafulla Chandra Roy and other pioneered original research which was praised the world over. Mass participation. Students came out in large numbers to propagate and practice Swadeshi and to make a lead in organizing picketing of shops selling foreign goods. Police adopted a repressive attitude towards the students. Schools and colleges whose students participated in the agitation were to be penalized by disaffiliating them or stopping off grants and privileges to them. Students who were found guilty of participation were to be disqualified for government jobs or for government scholarship, and disciplinary action, fine, expulsion, arrest, scholarships, etc. was to be taken against them. Women who were traditionally home-centered, especially those of the urban middle classes, took active part in processions and picketing from now onwards. They were to play a significant role in the national movement. Some of the Muslims participated. Barrister Abdul Rasul, Liaquat Hussain, Gujanvi, Maulana Azad, who joined one of the revolutionary terrorist groups, but of the upper and middle class Muslims stayed away, or led by Nawab Salimullah of Dhaka, supported the partition on the plea that it would give them a Muslim majority East Bengal. Thus, the social base of the movement expanded to include certain sections of the Jamindari, the students, the women, and the lower middle class in the cities and towns. An attempt was also made to give political expression to economic grievances of the working class by organizing strikes in British-owned concerns such as Eastern Indian Railways, but the movement was not able to garner support of Muslims, especially the Muslim peasantry, because of a conscious general government policy of divide and rule, helped by overlap of class and community at places. To further government interests, the All India Muslim League was propped up in 1907 as an anti-Congress front, and reactionary elements like Nawab Salimullah of Dhaka were encouraged. National movement. Now, movements in support of Bengal's unity and the Swadeshi and boycott cogitation were organized in many parts of the country. Tilak, who played a leading role in the spread of movement outside Bengal, saw in this the ushering in of a new chapter in the history of national movement. He realized that there was a challenge and an opportunity to organize popular mass struggle against the British rule, to unite the country in a bond of common sympathy. Annulment of partition. It was decided to annul the partition of Bengal in 1911, mainly to curb the menace of revolutionary terrorism. The term annulment came as a rude shock to the Muslim political elite. It was decided to shift the capital to Delhi as a shock to the Muslims, as it was associated with the Muslim glory, but the Muslims were not pleased. Bihar and Orissa were taken out of Bengal, and Assam was made a separate province region behind the breakup of Swadesi movement in 1908. By 1908, open phase, as different from the underground revolutionary phase of the movement, was almost over. This was due to many reasons. One, there was severe government sub-repression. Two, the movement failed to create an effective organization or a party or structure. It threw up an entire gamut of techniques that came to be associated with the Gandhian politics: non-cooperation, passive resistance, feeling of British chase, social reform, and constructive work, but failed to give these techniques a disciplined focus. 3. The movement was rendered leaderless, with the most of the leaders either arrested or deported by 1908, and with Aurobindo Ghosh and Bipin Chandra Pal retiring from active politics. For internal squabbles among leaders, many magnified by Surat split in 1907, did much harm to the movement. 5. The movement aroused the people but did not know how to tap the newly released energy or how to find new forms to give expression to popular resentment. 6. The movement largely remained confined to the upper and middle classes and zamindars, and failed to reach masses, especially the peasantry. 7. Non-cooperation and passive resistance remained mere ideas. Yet it is difficult to sustain a mass-based movement at a high pitch for too long. Evolution of Swadeshi movement. Despite its gradual decline into inactivity, the movement was a turning point in modern Indian history. 1. It provided to be a leap forward in more ways than one. Hitherto untouched section, students, women, some sections of urban and rural population participated. All major trends of national movement, from revolutionary terrorism to recipient socialism, from petitions and prayers to passive resistance and non-cooperation, emerged during the Swadeshi movement. The richness of the movement was not confined to the political sphere alone, but encompassed art, literature, science, and industry also. 2. People were aroused from slumber, and now they learned to take bold political positions and participate in new forms of political work. 3. The Swadeshi campaign undermined the hegemony of colonial ideas and institutions. 4. The future struggle was to draw heavily from experience gained. The future struggle was to draw heavily from the experience gained. धन्यवाद. Thank you so much.